All right, so good evening, everyone. Eric Mish here. I am joined by my co-host, Jared Curtis. We will be presenting this special presentation for you tonight, specifically on men's health, men's mental health, and the connection between men's mental health and gut health, a topic that we're very passionate about. And certainly, June being a month focused on men's mental health, we wanted to shine a big, bright spotlight on this subject that we feel, frankly, needs more attention. So, we're going to be joined by some other inspiring gentlemen who have an incredible story of health, transformation, and true success as a man. And so we're really excited to share those testimonials with you as well. So, getting into our presentation tonight, how superfood nutrition can support emotional resilience and physical vitality. So, we're going to be switching off on some of these slides here. We have a couple of slides to present. First off, we just wanted to mention that one of the reasons why we're discussing this topic is because men tend to be less likely to seek help for mental and physical health than women. Statistically, as men, we struggle getting help when we need it. The old adage that we only go to the doctor when our arm falls off, like we will delay seeking any kind of medical help until it's absolutely a dire situation. Of course, we want to change that trend. We want to help men become more proactive when it comes to their health, but that's the reality of it. Mental health issues in men are underdiagnosed and undertreated. Undertreated. Some statistics just to highlight the issue. Over 6 million men suffer from depression annually in the United States. That's just in the United States. So it's not something exclusive to women. Men suffer from a fair amount of anxiety these days, and we're going to consider in this presentation a few reasons why. One in five men will experience anxiety in their lifetime. So 20%, that's a pretty significant number. Suicide is the seventh leading cause of death for men. That's pretty startling. And one of the reasons, or some of the reasons why we see these kinds of statistics, is because of the stigma that's around men's mental health, cultural pressure, and a lack of support contribute to the silence. So when men suffer, they tend to stay silent all too often. They kind of suffer within, hold their emotions inside, which of course can lead to a breakdown of the mind and body in due time. So, really important that we show men how to take care of themselves and encourage them to seek help when they need it. So let's look at some key stressors that are impacting men today. I think Jared's going to take this slide.
Thank you, Eric. And thank you, everybody, for joining. So the key stressors impacting men today break down pretty much like this into these categories. Economic instability and pressure to provide. So this is outside environmental factors that could be influencing your mental condition, which is really unfortunate. Economic instability is something that affects us all, and that necessity for men to be providers, stepping up, always kind of taking a back seat to your spouse or your children, the rest of your family. There is pressure there as well, adding to that stress and that anxiety, the job burnout and lack of fulfillment. So absolutely, if you're not passion driven, if you're not leading a rewarding lifestyle where you are valued and appreciated for that, you are most likely to feel a sense of lack in your life. And the job burnout, especially if you are in a linear income environment, there's a lot of pressure to get to that next paycheck, make sure that you are in good standing to keep that job. So absolutely, the burnout is real. I've experienced it. I think like a lot of you have here on this call. A poor work-life balance. So someone who is struggling to maintain their healthy habits, a good lifestyle, and being at work, if they're not in harmony together, that work-life balance could be completely thrown off, where you're putting emphasis on the wrong things, things that are stressing you out, worsening your health in that effort to be a better man, be a better provider, be a better protector. Substance abuse as a coping mechanism. So unhealthy addictions, habits that could lead to long-term damage, that escape that we get from, alcohol or drugs, even sugar addiction, which is, not really spoken about. These are just coping mechanisms. And fortunately, we have botanical solutions to these things that could really help us. And then social isolation, especially post-pandemic. So we saw a huge uptick in depression in young males after the COVID pandemic because of isolation. A further that just really cements the fact that community is vital for men. Thanks, Eric. I'll take this slide as well. That's cool. The mind gut connection is profound. This is something that I only discovered myself. Allison and I, we got really obsessed with gut health over the last 7 years doing research. We've probably done over 10,000 hours of research and talking to people about this connection, and it is real. So the gut is often called the second brain. The 90% of serotonin, the mood regulating neurotransmitter, is produced in the gut. So the serotonin, along with testosterone, other hormones that keep men in balance, are produced mainly in the gut. This is not a brain produced hormone. It is produced in your lower intestine, in the gut microbiome. So a disrupted gut is linked to increased anxiety, brain fog and lack of focus, poor sleep quality and energy, and a weakened stress response. All that as a result of non-optimal lifestyle choices and diet. So it's fascinating that the way we think, our energy levels, how we sleep, and just our whole perspective on the outside world is affected in our gut microbiome, an often misunderstood, somewhat new science, but we feel strongly it's the next frontier of health science. Thank you.
Yeah, and to further support that, over 70% of our happy hormones, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, are produced in the gut microbiome. So when those hormones are disrupted, it not only affects the way we look, feel, and perform, it affects our mood as men as well as it does for women as well, but it affects men in the same way. So here are some symptoms of poor gut health in men. You may experience things like chronic fatigue, irritability or mood swings, brain fog, digestive issues, maybe some bloating, constipation, or acid reflux, trouble sleeping, increased cravings for sugar, alcohol, or junk food. And oftentimes these symptoms are just accepted by men. They just think that as they get older, this is the way they should feel. It's normalized. And what we want to impress upon men tonight is that these symptoms are not normal. These are not symptoms that you should have to suffer from. They're directly linked to the food that we eat, the toxins in our environment, the water we're drinking, the air we're breathing. And although it's certainly alarming that men and women and even animals are experiencing these same symptoms, there's something that we can do about it. So here's some barriers to men taking control of their health. And the issue is quite complex, but there are some key uh, things that, can lead to men really struggling in this area. One is mistrust or discomfort in health spaces dominated by women. Another is the tough it out mindset. As men, we're just told, you got to be men, you got to be strong, you're weak if you're sick. And so again, we want to change that perception. Time constraints and a fast-paced lifestyle. I think that affects all of us. It certainly affects men as well as we try to cram more and more into our schedules. And we all have just 24 hours a day to get everything in. So getting all of it in and keeping our health a priority is a challenge. Lack of education around holistic health. It's one of the reasons why we're having this call tonight. We really want to change the tide and educate men and show them examples of how and why it's important for them to take care of themselves, to put themselves as a priority, because unless they do that, they can't be the best protectors and providers that they can be. And then preference for quick fixes over lifestyle change. As a society, we're trained to medicate ourselves when we experience symptoms instead of looking at the root cause. And men seem to be more likely to just want to take a pill or take something to make it go away. Because we're simplistic in our approach. So the faster and quicker we can make it go away, the better. But it doesn't often address the root cause of what's making us feel the way we do. So that's what we really want to get to. What is actually causing these symptoms and address that? Now, we do have a solution, and it's called our Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. So I'm going to let Jared explain how this works.
Thank you so much. So what we have here, the ULT, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, is a really amazing toolbox to take care of your gut microbiome and your overall health, creating new healthy habits that it tastes awesome. I wouldn't have started this if it was complicated to follow. If it was restrictive in any way, I would not have done this. And if it didn't taste good, definitely would have been a no-no, because I've tried other supplements and dehydrated food in the past, nothing with the results and the taste that Purium provides. So just quickly, in the ULT, it's a 30-day guided program focused on gut health, detoxification, and nourishment, uses organic superfood-based protocols. So it's not nothing magic about this. This is just whole food that is grown in clean soil, something that's very hard to come by. And when you have an abundance of that, and it's delivered to your door every day, then what happens is you are able to flood your body with nourishment. One serving of Power Shake is the nutritional equivalent of 6 organic microgreen salads, which is an abundance. Any nutritionist would tell their clients to flood their bodies with nourishment, and this is what that provides. So the key benefits for men are reducing inflammation and brain fog. It increases energy, libido, and motivation, supports mental clarity and balanced mood, promotes weight loss and hormone balance. So this kit was designed to help men on all these different fronts because of the root cause solutions that we're providing. This is not some Band-Aid shot you take, some gel you put on. This is going to the source of your gut microbiome and aiding your detoxification pathways. So every day you're doing this process of flooding your bodies with nourishment and detoxifying. The Biomedic is a unique product. There's nothing else like Biomedic available on the market. It is a pre and a probiotic, fulvic and humic acid, and it is proven in clinical trials to remove glyphosate. And that is incredible when you have a solution for this biocide, this neurotoxin that is so pervasive that it is everywhere, like we were just talking about. So this is our first line of defense, essentially like a food filter. And when you take that every day, you will normally experience benefits very quickly. For me, if I could just share my screen quickly,
Sure.
I'll show you my physical transformation. So in my case, I was carrying around 25, 30 pounds of extra weight, which appeared like it was mostly inflammation and bloating. It was not due to like lack of anything. It was just my body wasn't digesting properly. I wasn't absorbing nutrients optimally. So what I know is very quickly after starting the ULT, within a few weeks, I started dropping weight. I just shed that weight and it stayed off because I stuck with it. And my eyes got lighter. I used to have dark circles under my eyes, a lot of acne, things like that, all cleared up. So, your body, your skin being the largest organ, we're talking about organ health fundamentals. So this is really your skin kind of shows what's going on inside. So that cleared up. And my asthma and my allergies that I had since birth, where I was medicating for that, taking Ventolin for my asthma, taking antihistamines for my allergies, that disappeared after a few months of use. So this is something profound that could happen where kind of bonus benefits, I'd call them, come into play, where some people might want to gain weight, gain more muscle, in which case it would help with that, facilitate that, especially with the Super Amino 23. And I'm just so grateful that I have access to this food every day because it is just taking the guesswork out of getting nutrition in my life.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Jared.
Thank you.
And your transformation has been truly incredible. As we've seen so many men get amazing results with this program. So moving now to the next slide, the ULT is meant for men who are looking for results without complexity, want to take control of their health, their physical and emotional health, to show up better for their family, their career, and find purpose. That's so important. As men, typically, there are many other people that rely on us for a variety of different things. And when we are our best, we can be our best for them. It's really important. A reset without extreme diets or endless supplements. So, as Jared mentioned, this program simplifies everything. We have a schedule where we know what to take, when to take it. It's really designed to keep things super simple, make it affordable, but help us achieve the great results that we are looking for. Now, we have some men on this call that have gotten great results. Some have recently, or let's say not too long ago, started using or incorporating these superfoods into their regimen. We have someone else who's been doing it for many, many years. So we wanted to give you the gamut testimonials from men who have transformed. We're going to hear first from Michael Lyman, who is a husband, athlete, and health advocate. You want to unmute yourself, Michael?
Sure. Hi, how are you? It's a great presentation. And Purium has played a pretty important role in my life, especially over the past couple of years. I put on a lot of weight over time as I was younger, and say about 30 pounds overweight. And I became lethargic. I had migraines up until about a few years ago. And, my brain was foggy. And so, getting into Purium completely changed that. I'd slimmed down a little before because I changed my diet, but now I was able to maintain it because in the past I was juicing a lot, and that took a tremendous amount of time. I think by the end of the day, maybe upwards of 2 hours a day. And you didn't want to do it all the time. And it didn't give you some of the additional things that Purium has given me. Purium has given me a clearer brain. It's made me more focused in a lot of ways, and I couldn't be doing what I'm doing now without that focus. I was never able to do the kind of exercise that I'm doing now. And what am I doing now? I started to get a large amount of energy, and I started thinking, gee, I've got a great deal of energy. I really should try doing something out of the ordinary. So I decided to start swimming, or preparing to swim, long distance open water swims. So I'm planning right now. My next one is in about a month. And it's going to be a 3-mile swim. And what do I do to prepare for that? Well, on an average day, 5 days a week, I'm putting in a low of 3,000 yards to 5,000 yards in the pool. And, that's a lot. And it would have basically put me under in the past. Now I find I'm recovering tremendously, and, I'm not, 20 years old anymore. And so to be able to do that, to be able to swim with kids in high school and have their coach turn around and say, well, maybe you ought to move over a little bit because, you're kind of making them upset. Makes me feel great, because I'm certainly over 40. So that's what Purium has done for me. And, we are entrepreneurs, Barry and I, and we also, because of that, we have no linear trajectory, right? But it's all about what we can accomplish. And as an entrepreneur, our jobs are to solve problems all day long, and all day long we have problems to solve, and that's stressful.
Yeah.
And to be able to have the mindset to be able to do that, I think having the serotonin production, I don't think life would look like, would be like it is now. I mean, we have our good days and our bad days, right? But for the most part, I'm calm, relaxed, I'm happy, I'm focused. And the mental side of it, plus the physical side of it, I think I really owe it to Purium because, comparing the present to the past, even in a pure vegan diet, I don't think that I had the benefits. So
Amazing.
that's my thought.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And I've been blessed to be able to witness it. And it's been exciting to see you maintain this healthy, active lifestyle and live your best life with your incredible wife, Barry, who's on this call as well. And so, yeah, we just love seeing both of you thrive in this healthy, organic superfood lifestyle. So well done. Keep up the amazing work. We also have Joel Calandrillo on this call, who is a husband, he's a father, he's a pickleball pro, an avid pickleball player and coach, and a health coach as well. And he's an entrepreneur. He's been an incredible mentor of mine. And so I wanted to bring him on just briefly to share how he's incorporated these superfoods into his lifestyle for over 20 years. Joel?
Yeah, thank you, Eric, and thank you, Jared, and great, Michael. Good testimony there. So, as a pickleball health coach, I've been using the products now for over 21 years, and even a little before that, because I was with Dave's other companies that were in the health food stores. Tremendous success with these products. There's basically now a solution to the pollution, right? We, as an athletic, doing athletics and doing pickleball, it takes a toll on the body. And I'll bring up like our tart cherry, incredible for bringing down inflammation. I've used it since the day it came out. I don't think I've gone a night without using that product. Our green shake for recovery and food. And the best thing I like about these products, I must say right now, is that I can easily replace a meal with our Purium foods. And, I think of it every time I replace a meal with Purium, I'm saving between $15 and $20, whether it be breakfast or lunch or even dinner. But as far as the impact it's had on my health, Dave always says he'd like to look, feel, and perform at a higher level. That's what this company does with these products. And it's done it for me over the last 21 years. It's just so satisfying and it's just a great way of having a healthy way, a super fast way. I like to say, like Eric laughs at me all the time when I say shake and go. Shake that shaker and go. You don't have to get all the supplies and all the different fruits and vegetables and cut them up and all the added expense. So it makes it super simple and easy and fun because it's when something's easy to do, you become pretty consistent with it and it's easy to kind of maintain into your schedule. So I do it every day. Every day I don't go a day without these products, and I save money every day. And also for my family, my wife and my son, they absolutely love these products. I coach, so I get a lot of my pickleball students on the products. I also get them, to, you know, basically impact their health and their families as well, because sometimes they're like, well, my mom has high cholesterol or sugar issues, or she can't sleep. Like, well, let us try the cherry, or, our aminos, or, whatever products they kind of want to recommend that day. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to have these products work so well. And I'll just end on that. Thank you,
Thank you.
Eric.
Thank you so much, Joel, for that testimonial. And you're being very demure, but you've helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people up level their health, including thousands of men out there who look to you as an example, including me. So I just really appreciate the mentorship you've provided me and so many others. So thank you both of you, Joel and Michael. So
Thank you.
now, if you're watching this, you may be wondering, how do you get started? Well, first off, we have a page called iShopPurium.com that you can go to, and you can purchase your ultimate lifestyle transformation. And what we recommend is that you start with 30 days, but you follow that up with another 30-day cycle and then a third 30-day cycle. So you can actually do 90 days and turn this into a lifestyle subscription. Now, we know that when you do something repetitively for 20 to 30 days, it becomes habit at that point. And then it becomes automatic and you don't have to think about it as much. So that's what we want to do. The goal is to create healthier habits. We have a lifestyle group for support. There's actually a number of different groups on Facebook and social media that you can join for that support. We know it's so critical. Making changes isn't always easy. So we're certainly there to provide that support. And then we also have one-on-one support from an actual Purium Superfoods coach, someone who's gone through the program, someone who's helped others go through it and can provide you that one-on-one support and mentorship as you go through the program as well. So if you were invited to this call or you're watching the replay, someone has a $100 plus gift card code for you, which brings the cost down to about $13 a day, less than $13 per day, which includes 2 superfood meals. So you'll be able to replace a couple of meals with a more nutrient dense, higher quality meal, gut health, and a detox component. So you really get a tremendous value. I think, as Joel or Jared stated, you'll end up saving a lot of money because when you cut out the unnecessary calories and extra snacks and beverages, and you replace a couple of meals with a higher quality meal at a lower cost, you end up saving money overall, and your overall food consumption ends up going down significantly. So, some final takeaways: men's mental health is too important to ignore. We really want to shine a bright spotlight on this area and encourage men to put their health as a priority. When you lose your health, there's not much you can do to provide for or protect others. Your gut is the key to health. It's actually the gateway to your mood, your mindset, and energy. We call it the second brain for a reason, because it has such an impact on our actual brains, our minds. And it's where those happy hormones that put us in a good mood and make us feel optimistic and productive, that's where those hormones are produced. The ultimate lifestyle transformation, we call it the ULT, is a powerful step forward. It's really the starting point, certainly not the ending point, but that is how you can build a strong foundation in nutrition, start developing healthier habits, and move yourself into a sustainable lifestyle. This is not just a cleanse, but it's a complete lifestyle transformation. So if you're ready to take that next step forward to pursue the best version of yourself, please get back with the person who invited you to this call. Ask them for their $100 plus gift card code and the website and how you can get started and build a customized plan of transformation which stands for permanent, lasting change, something that we all want. So on that note, we thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you to my co-host, Jared Curtis. Thank you to Michael and Joel for sharing your stories. Thank you for all of you who joined tonight and all of you who might be watching this replay. Have a great evening, everyone.